Hey, welcome to Kenpo University. My name's Al Babinick, and I'm your instructor. I did a Kenpo challenge on the two-handed shirt grab group, and at the end of the Kenpo challenges, I always tell you, hey, go through, do all these techniques, together, and see if you notice stuff. See what's the same, see what's not the same, or just notice stuff, all right? I'm going to go over a couple of things here, and I'm going to use pretty much all four techniques that we're doing, and this is just a few things. I'm not going to try to get into an hour-long discussion on what we're doing. So when I teach Mace of Aggression, the guy could be pulling you in, all right? But usually, and remember, if you're a good uke, you're not going like this. You're like, hey, what's your problem? You're like that, okay? But the guy's just, he's more like, whoa, 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 like that, okay? He's not necessarily pulling you in for anything, but he does have you, all right? So when you're doing Mace of Aggression, it's against somebody just shaking you, okay? Maybe even slamming you up against the wall, okay? If you think about it, if the guy was slamming you back up against the wall, I'll just do it over here. If the guy was slamming me back up against the wall a couple of times, I would just pin, step, and then hit down and do my Mace of Aggression. So if he's slamming me back and forth, but that's what that is. Twin kimono, where the guy's got you, he's pushing you backwards, all right? Or he's shoving you, taking a step, shoving you, taking a step. So with twin kimono, that's why you can't off-angle right off the bat. Now, I'm going to do this technique sideways. So if somebody was pushing me, and they push me, I want to step straight back. So I'm going to pin the hand, step straight back, I pin, step, cock, and now I have a bracing angle against him. Because if he's pushing me, I need to stop him. And I can even put my foot on the ground and lean into it if I need to. So if he was pushing me, I'm going to do this a little bit more realistic, okay? I'm going to start up here. If the guy was up here, he has my shirt and he's pushing me back, I want to step back and lock in, or brace even, and lock in so he can't push me anymore. And then I can get my hit up, and then I can off angle with the back knuckle of the hammer fist. So now I'm going to do it facing you, because a lot of people, don't know why, but a lot of people go right into the off angle. So if you were pushing straight towards me and I off angle this way, can you see that I don't have a brace? If you keep pushing me, I'm going to get knocked sideways, all right? So if you were pushing at me and I step straight back and I'm facing you like this, or even with the forward bow with a locked leg, then now I can brace your push. And I can pop your elbows, which brings you up on your toes. If you're in the center line, if you're in the center, what do? Right? Mess with the height zone. So we break the height zone, whether it's up or down. So if the guy's in my center line, I want to step back, double hit up on the elbows, and break his height zone, okay? Get him up on his tiptoes so that I can finish my technique. But twin kimono is basically he's pushing you back. So Mace of Aggression, he's just got you and he's shaking you, or he's slamming you against a wall, whatever. Twin kimono, he's shoving you backwards, okay? Now, he might just go, hey, what's your problem? And do just like one shove, but he still pushed you backwards, so you go with it. Raking Mace is out of blue. Twin kimono's out of purple, in case I didn't mention that. Raking Mace out of blue is where the guy's got you, and he's grabbing you and he's pulling you in. Why is he pulling you in? Good question. He's going to headbutt you, okay? So either when somebody grabs you, if they were just pulling you in to yell at you, they're pulling you in. You could do it then. Or the guy's got you, and he's going to headbutt you. He's pulling you in, he's grabbing your shirt, and he's pulling you in for that headbutt. And that's why in Raking Mace, when you pin, you put your head down, so if he does headbutt, he breaks his nose on the top of your head, So, but in Raking Mace, again, I'm in the center line. I have to do something to mess with his height zone, right? But I'm going to pin both his hands, step in, and I get that punch to the solar plexus, and I push all the way out. Because as I hit, so with Raking Mace, as the guy's grabbing me and he's pulling me in, I want to duck my head. I want to step in, punch him in the solar plexus, and move him back. So that if my arm's at full length, do you see how that messes with the height zone? So I followed my center line rule. And then I got my hands on top. I got my hands on top of his. I'm following that rule, right? Hopefully we establish a decent base. You're not standing up here going, oh, I'm doing the technique. You know, if you noticed, I got a little lower because I want to hit the guy. And I got my head down so that his nose would break on the top of my head instead of my face, all right? So Raking Mace is a pull in. So Mace of Aggression, he's got you. You just go. Twin Kimono, he's pushing. Raking Mace, he's pulling you in, or he's just pulling you backwards, whether he's trying to do the headbutt or not. You're stepping forwards, which means that's the direction you have to go, right? Because that's the direction he's going, because he's pulling you, so you're stepping forward. And then when we did the Kenpo Challenge, I said the one thing that you could make an argument for is cross of death. Now, cross of death is a choke, all right? The guy's got you, and he's got your collar, and when you grab the collar, you twist, you shove your knuckles into his trachea, and then this is going to act like the sleeper. You're trying to cut the blood supply off to the brain. That's what's happening there. The other thing he could be doing is trying to do like a hip throw. So, but when they grab you and they pull you in and anchor you down with that choke, that's why you're just going to do the break. So for cross of death, I'm going to get on top. I'm going to step forward to establish my base. I do a little inward lowercase block to the elbow if I can get it, and then punch him in the face. So again, that's going to mess with his height zone. I've gotten on top. I've established my base, and I'm striking towards his face, messes with his height zone. I already said that. But that one, again, he might be trying to pull you in. Okay, now you could just do, if the guy's just grabbing you and he's holding you like this, you could do any of these. You could do all four of them if you want to. But if he's giving you a direction, okay, because I've done cross of death kind of like as a throw. So I'll get in there, hook the guy, I'll get my shoulder in there, take my step back, and go for a throw on that. But even if he's doing that, you want to make sure. So whether he's trying to anchor you down, or whether he's trying to step in to throw you, or headbutt you, or whatever, okay, you want to make sure you get that forearm in there to pop the arms, and then punch him in the face, because that's going to keep him at arm's length. Now he can't do, or she can't do, whatever they were planning on. And then you continue with the technique, because that's the first shot. Go on from there. So really, if the guy's just grabbing you, you do any of these, all right? If he's giving you a direction, if he's pushing you back, think about it. You can't step back and hit to the front. It's illegal, right? No backup mass. That's where you do the pin step cock stuff from, what is it, clutching feathers and all those types of techniques, lone kimono. If you're going to step back, you have to use torque as a principle, not backup mass. So if he's pushing you backwards, you can't do cross of death. You can't do Raking Mace, at least not very easily. I would just say don't do it. Just do, you have another technique. Do twin kimono. That's the right one. All right? So, but for the Kenpo Challenges, when I tell you, hey, do all these techniques together and see if you notice anything. All right? See if you notice anything. All right, one more thing about these real quick. And again, I'm not covering everything that there is, but I'll do this real quick. Mace of Aggression out of yellow. I pin, I hit down. I hit down on both elbows, because you're trying to hit the crook of the elbow. You're hitting down on the crook of both elbows. Twin kimono. I pin step cock, I unwind, I'm hitting up on both elbows. One I'm hitting down with both elbows, the other one I'm hitting up on both elbows. Raking Mace, I get on top, I go for my low target. Cross of Death, I get on top, I go for my high target. So do you see how one attack, we're doing a below and an above for both. And we're hitting Mace of Aggression, we're hitting both the top of the elbows and hitting down. In Twin Kimono, we're hitting the bottom of the elbows and hitting up. And then in Cross of Death, I'm going, I pin, and then I go high. Raking Mace, I pin and go low. That's the kind of stuff you should be looking at and going, oh, that's what he means when he says do all these techniques next to each other and think about them. But that's what I mean. So I know this is a long one. Thanks for watching. Hey, you know what? Again, remember, I'm not doing these for my health. I'm doing these for you. So do me a favor and like or subscribe to the channel. Okay? Share this with anybody you like. All right? So thanks for showing up and practice these. Thank you for watching this video production from Kenpo University.